What up, guys? What up, guys? It's your boy, the True Raikage here. Now, I have a mission for you. It's an S rank and no one has survived yet. Hitting the subscribe button and liking the video at the same time if you haven't already. Now, let's get into the video. Today we're doing what if Deku had a gold quirk, and this was inspired by somebody whose link will be in the description. Now then, let's get into it. Deku's mother was born with a stone quirk, and his dad was born with a gold quirk. Deku growing up had a pretty rough childhood, as his quirk hadn't come in yet, so people would bully him, saying that he would be quirkless forever. Deku one day would be just playing at the park, noticing that Bakugo was bullying some other kids. He would run over and say, "Kachan, stop! Stop it!" And then Bakugo explodes his hand. "What are you gonna do about it, Deku?" Sorry if you guys hear some background sounds, my family's talking. But he says, "What are you gonna do about it, Deku?" Deku isn't in front of the kid, so Bakugo throws an explosion at the kid that Deku's trying to save. Deku screams, "Kachan, stop!" And gold comes from his feet, blocking the way of Bakugo's explosion. Everybody looks at Deku amazed, thinking that he was quirkless. Bakugo says, "Whoa, Deku, that's a cool quirk." After Inko had heard of the news from the daycare, she would immediately go to the daycare and take Deku. She would go to the quirk doctor. "Sir, ma'am, you're also the quirk doctor is not the quirk doctor from the original. My manga fans know why." But let's go. Let's keep going. The quirk doctor says, "Ma'am, your son has a gold quirk called Golden Liberty. Now, let me explain how this quirk works. It basically works how Overhaul's creation quirk, the creation side of his quirk, in Todoroki's ice is. Basically works like that. But instead of stone or ice, it's gold. Now, let's go. So Deku, growing up, had a pretty rich childhood since he could produce gold from literally his feet. He was rich, but he didn't like to show it. So then he leaves from school, as tomorrow is the UA entrance exams. He hears sleuthing behind him, and then it happens. The sludge villain latches on to Deku, but as soon as it touches Deku, it becomes solid gold, stuck as a statue. Then, in All Might lands. I am here. He looks at the golden statue that is the sludge villain, and Deku walking away. He says, "Wait a minute. You know it's illegal to use a quirk without a license, right?" Deku turns around, seeing who the hero is, fanboying out. "Oh my gosh, it's All Might. I can't believe it." And then All Might says, "I'll let it pass since you did stop a villain. That's a pretty strong quirk you have there." Deku bows down, and before All Might jumps away, he says, "Wait, can you sign my book?" He grabs his book and opens it, seeing that All Might already signed it. He would smile. And this, Bakugo would never get attacked by the sludge villain, seeing how Deku never latched onto All Might's leg. Now, let's get back into it. Deku, at the UA entrance exam. I know things are moving a lot faster than usual, but, this is just how it's going. Deku at the UA entrance exam is pretty excited. He walks in, but trips. He is caught by Ochaka or Uraka. "Oh, I'm sorry for using my quirk on you without asking for your permission." Deku says, "Whoa, that's a pretty strong quirk you have there." Now, the ship is not Deku Uraraka. Freak that ship. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do about it? Don't come at me, please. I was just kidding, guys. But in all seriousness, that's not the ship. Deku walks in, feeling high and mighty. Ida, they would start to. President Mike would still explain about the three bots. There you go. Ida would then say, "Wait a minute, there's four of them." President Mike then says, "Oh yes, yes, I forgot to explain." He then explains the zero pointer and that it gives no points, but it's an absolute tank. Everybody starts. Deku starts off making golden pillars come up from the ground, working like wood in Naruto. Oh. Ooh. The pillars would just start demolishing bots, landing on their heads. Deku would touch bots and they'd turn to gold. He'd make golden spikes. He'd produce a whole lot of gold, like Todoroki's ice looking, but it's made out of gold from one side of his body. And everybody's amazed except Bakugo, knowing that, knowing Izuku as he grew up. Now then, as the zero pointer walks in, everybody begins to run. Deku is about to start running as well until he hears, "Please, help me!" He looks up to see Uraraka. He then says, that girl that saved me. I have to do something." Deku then creates four giant pillars. But something else that happens is he makes a giant golden Susanoo. Not a Susanoo. Not technically a Susanoo. He doesn't even know what a Susanoo is. He doesn't know what it looks like. He just makes a huge golden All Might. And the giant says, "I am here." Saying that slowly. President Mike and Aizawa, people looking from the stands, would be amazed at what Deku had just done. This does tire out Deku though, but while still in this form, Deku grapples onto the zero pointer, throwing it to the ground. But before it can reach the ground all the way, the four huge pillars catch it, letting Uraraka jump to the ground, using her quirk on herself, and then letting the robot fall. Deku would then say, "Are you okay?" Deku would then pass out, and Uraraka would say, "Wait, I never got to ask her name," before Deku would pass out. Deku would wake up at his own home. He would say, "Whoa, was that all just a dream?" Inko would say, "Oh, Deku, you're awake." Or she would say, "Izuku or Midoriya, you're awake." And he then says, "Hey, Mom." And she was like, "Well, your letter came in. And today, Deku says, "Wait a minute, it's already the next day? And that wasn't a dream?" Yeah. Deku is anxious to open it and waits till nighttime. He then finally opens it, it being All Might, giving him a congratulations and telling him that his quirk is mighty strong. Now then, he also gets rescue points without knowing it. But it tells him on the device. Deku is surprised and amazed that he was actually able to get this far himself. Now then, Deku goes to school the next day, walking in class, seeing Ida scolding Bakugo. "Get your feet off the desk. It's not really, desks weren't made for that at all." Bakugo just says, "Yeah, I do whatever I want. But thank you for the suggestion." Deku would actually laugh from this, and Ida would walk up to him. "Sorry, I seem I was wrong." And if you guys don't know what I mean by this, Ida did still say the same thing about Deku when those two were talking, But Deku says no worries. And him and Nita actually starts to talk before where he comes in. Aizawa says, if you're here to make friends, leave now. Today we're going to be doing ball test time. Let's go. Deku walks outside with ball in hand, as he was the one who scored the most points, so he'd be going first. He would then latch onto the ball and throw it. Everybody didn't notice that Gold was pushing it, like there was like a golden hand on it, throwing it farther. Deku kept making golden arms from his own arm, extending it, then finally throwing it. Yeah, I know that was kind of confusing because I said he threw it already, but he extended his arm like Luffy, but made out of gold, and then he threw it. He had the farthest score other than Uraraka since she got infinity. Everybody would praise Deku's quirk, and Bakugo would get pissed off. Now, guys, I think this is where I'm going to end it for today. Stay safe, keep doing your S-rank missions, and bye, guys. Chu Raikage out.